there were little problems with the computer and the board projection. We tried to clear it up. Today I've sent you 2 pages in your chat box. If you could please see them. These are the circle properties. We discussed about these circle properties in our previous lesson. These are total 7 circle properties, and I made these circle properties on a page and I send you the print of that properties, and I also write down the properties on the board. So before doing questions, we will just recall these properties once again, because these will definitely help us to do our work, right? Students, I've given you the vocabulary words as well before starting my first lecture on the board that we will be using in these questions. You must recall all those terms in your mind. As the lecture is also uploaded on YouTube, you have that link with you. One more thing before starting my work, I would share with you people that unfortunately I have not received any of the work from your side. It's been a week, from Monday to Friday, it's almost a week. I've not received any work from your side, not any email from your side. So better, students, you would focus on your work because you already have wasted a lot of your time. Now, whatever the work for today's class is, I'll send you the worksheet, and I request that you fill up the worksheet and send it to me as soon as possible. This is your revision class for circle properties because you have done it in your session 1 O2 class, where you have done this chapter in detail, chapter number 13 from your book 3. And today I am going to wrap it up, this chapter, and we will be taking up the other chapter in my next class. So by doing today's classwork and the work I'll send you in the worksheets, if you will be able to solve those questions, inshallah, your topic would be clear. In further, I've also told you that you can do the past paper question from the classified maths past paper book, and also from your maths book 3, chapter number 13, review exercises, or there are 13A, 13B, 13C. For your practice, you can do as many as questions you want, right? Okay, let's start with the properties. The first property, my dear students, is that if you have a perpendicular and it falls on a chord, it's a chord. Chord is a line which touches your circle at 2 points. So if a perpendicular falls on a chord, it makes an angle of 90 degree and it divides your chord into 2 equal parts. This is your property number 1. In property number 2, you have that if a center line, which is known as the diameter, and diameter is always, understandable by the sign O on it. So with this diameter, if an angle makes on the circumference, that angle would be 90 degree. Angle made on the circumference of your circle because of diameter is always 90 degree. Third property, that if you have a chord, 2 points on a circle always means a chord. The angle made on the center is always double to the angle made on the circumference. Over here, I have marked it with x and 2x. It means that if this angle is going to be 30, this would be 60. If this would be 40, this would be 80. Moving further, this is my property number 4, that all the angles made in a segment or in a same segment are all equal. That if it is 30, this would also be 30, this would also be 30. Make sure that these angles should be on the circumference. Okay, now the 5th property is going to be the cyclic quadrilateral. In this property, that first we have to clear that there should be 4 points on the circumference of your circle. You will mark these 4 points on the circumference of circle. When you mark 4 points on the circumference of a circle, you consider it a cyclic quadrilateral. And when you have a cyclic quadrilateral with you, it means that sum of opposite angle is always equals to 180 degree. How can you prove that? That if this angle is going to be 30 degree, what would be this angle? this angle would be 150 degree. If this angle is going to be 40, this angle would be 140. Okay, moving forward, that it's my property number 6, that whenever you have a tangent, tangent is a line outside the circle and it touches your circle at one point, right? So the angle made between a tangent and a radius, this is the center point, radius, this is also radius. So the angle made between radius and tangent is always 90 degree, right? So with the help of this 90-degree angle, you can follow the rest of the question. My last property, that whenever you have a tangent that is outside the circle and the angle made between the tangent and the chord. Students, you know that this is a chord. I am going to mark it. It is a chord. How I come to know it's a chord? Because it touches my circle at 2 points. So a line which touches your circle at 2 points is known as chord. So the angle made between a tangent, this is your tangent, students. So angle made between tangent and a chord is always equal to the angle that is made because of that chord on the circumference. So this angle would, if this angle is 30, this would also be 30. This is a little, you feel it difficult, but I'll revise it again. On the board, see that if you have a circle, students, I'm revising for property number 7, and you have a tangent. Tangent, is always the outside line. If this tangent touches a chord, this is a chord, right? And this is a tangent. So the angle made between a chord and tangent. So I mark this angle. This angle is between a chord and a tangent. And this angle would be equal to the angle made because of this chord on the circumference. See, this angle, which you can see on the circumference, is also A. If this is A, this would also be A. If this is 30, this would also be 30. So you see, angle made between a tangent and a chord is always the same as the angle made because of this chord. This is a chord on the circumference, right? So these two angles are going to be equal. Here I end with my 7 properties, and I've sent you the picture of these properties in your chat box. You can save it to your computers and laptops. Now students, when you find questions in your exam paper, in your book, you find, I must tell you how to write angle. इसको लिखने के मेरा बेटा 2 तरीके हैं. कभी कभी ऐसे लिखा होता है एंगल ए बी सी, और कभी कभी ऐसे लिखा होता है ए बी सी and a cap on B. So these two are the same things. You can either put this sign or you can either put this sign on the center point. Over here, it also means that you have to find out an angle which is made on B, and B is, subscribed by A and C. And this is also the angle made at the point B, and the outside points are A and C. ये दोनों एक ही बात को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, बस इनको लिखने का स्टाइल डिफरेंट है. I hope this thing will not confuse you while you were doing your work. I know it's very difficult that you do your work during Ramzan, but it's a part of your exams, and it's a part of your studies that you have to be in touch with mathematics particularly. Otherwise you will have weak concepts if you will not work on mathematics on regular basis. Let's see, I have few examples with me, students, which I'll be doing with you. Here I cannot take your responses, but definitely in my question answer session, I'll come across your queries. If I plot my first question on the board, it is like this, that this is 2 points A and B, and this is definitely the center O. you cannot project the center of your circle without this sign O. Until or unless you find this sign O, then you can say that it is the center of your circle. Maybe I am plotting tilted diagram. Excuse me for this. Okay. Now let's see, students. Now see, here it's a triangle A, B, and C. You can see it's a triangle in your circle, and AB is representing the diameter of the circle. Why? Because we find sign O on it. That's why it's a diameter. Now recall your properties which are in front of you on the board. You can see that you have to find this angle A. Now what can you see that it's a diameter? Is there any angle which would help us that made on the circumference of the circle with the diameter? We can see this. And the third thing is that you have a small triangle inside a big triangle, and there are little lines on this triangle. It means that all the three sides of this triangle are equal. When all the three sides are equal, what does this mean? What type of this triangle is? Yes, this is equilateral triangle, my dear students. Equilateral triangle. And what happened in equilateral triangle? Equilateral triangle के तीनों angles मेरा बेटा same होते हैं. All the three angles add up to 180 degree. So in an equilateral triangle, we say that all the three angles are equal. And the question is explaining us, telling us that these three lines are equal. We are not assuming it. It's been very much clear from the diagram. These signs tells us that these three lines are equal. So all the three angles made in this triangle are going to be 60 each. This is 60, this is 60 because of equilateral triangle. Now I move forward that if it is a diameter, the angle made because of this diameter on the circumference is going to be, let me use the other color pen. This is going to be, this angle is going to be, my dear students, 90 degree. We have this property in front of us. See property number 2, that whenever you have a diameter, it makes an angle of 90 degree on the circumference. So this angle is 90 degree. Now, if you consider it a big triangle, don't consider about the small triangle and consider it a big triangle in your circle. Now, what you have find out that this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 60 degree, and this angle is going to be A. I think you must be clear about it now. You can write it A plus 90 plus 60 is going to be 180 degree. And you can very easily find out what is A. A is going to be 180 minus 90 minus 60. And when I subtract it, it is going to be 30 degree. So in this way, we find out what is A. A is going to be 30 degree. See, this is 30, this is 60, and this whole angle is 90 degree, and all the three angles sums up to 180 degree, right? Any problem, students? If you have any problem, you can jot down your problem and you can ask me at the end of my session, whatever your problems are going to be. All right, I'll move forward with my question, or I can say that example number 2. And what is my example number 2? See that if I have a circle, right? And this is going to be a, this is going to be a chord, not the center line. A, B, it's a chord, and angle made on the circumference is going to be Y degree. This is Y, and angle made at the center is going to be, this is your center of the circle, and this is going to be X, right? and this angle is going to be 35, right? Now students, see that I mark two angles with x, which you have to find out, and the other angle is y, which you have to find it out, and the only angle which is given to you is 35. This angle is going to be 35 degree, right? Now, keeping in mind the property that we know that angle made on the circumference is always the double of angle made at the center of your circle. See, I'll go back to my properties and I'll find it over here that angle made at the center is always double to the angle made on the circumference, right? I come back here, angle at the center is also unknown to us, and angle at the circumference is also unknown to us. We know the relationship between these two angles, that they are going to be half and double, but unfortunately we don't know both of angles. But the angle which is known to us is this, that is going to be 35 degrees. For solving this question, I must take your previous concept of isosceles triangle. If this is going to be an isosceles triangle, students, what happens in an isosceles triangle? In isosceles triangle, these two sides are going to be equal. When two sides are equal, their base angles are going to be equal, right? And with the help of this, we can find out the third angle of your triangle. Now, I'll come back to my question. You know this line, how I come to know that this line and this line are equal? Because OB is my radius, right? Now, you all agree with this statement that OB is your radius. And what does OA stands for? It is also your radius. So it means that these two lines are equal. When these two lines are equal, your base angles would also be equal. If this is 35, my dear, this would also be 35, right? With the help of these two angles, you can find out your angle which will be made at the center of circle, which is being represented by x. Now I'll make a equation over here. 35 degree plus 35 plus x adds up to 180 degree. What would be my x? It is going to be x goes to 180 minus 35 minus 35, and x goes to 110. So I find it out the angle x, and I can tell you that the center angle x is going to be 110. Now you can tell me what would be your angle at the point y, which is on the circumference. There is a relationship between x and y. I told you before doing my question that the angle at y would be half of this angle. जो भी ये angle होगा, उसका जो half है वो y पे बनेगा. अगर x पे आपको 110 मिला है, तो y पे आपका angle क्या होगा बेटा? 110 divided by 2, and this is going to be 55 degree. तो y पे आपका angle 55 degree होगा, right? x भी आपने find out कर लिया और y भी आपने find out कर लिया. I'll move further with my next example. That is going to be example number 3. Example. Okay, in this example, students, I have again a circle, right? And there's going to be a circumference angle, and then I have a centered angle. This is my center. I marked it with O, and this angle is going to be 98 degree. This angle is going to be H degree, and this angle is going to be 21 degree. I have to find out this angle. I have to find out H, right? Now students, before going to solve this question, I must tell you one thing, that is, you all should know that if we have a three-sided figure, that is a triangle, whatever the type of triangle it would be, maybe it would be equilateral, scalene, or isosceles, the sum of three angles is always equals to 180 degree. And whenever we have a four-sided figure, we have so many four-sided figures like square, rectangle, trapezium, and a diamond. all four-sided figures के जो 4 angles हैं उनका sum हमेशा 360 degree होता है. So any quadrilateral वो किसी भी side किसी भी shape का हो उसके चारों angles का जो sum है that is always 360 degree. You must be clear about it, whether it is a square, rectangle, parallelogram, trapezium, diamond, the sum of 4 angles is always equals to 360 degree. Now, if I represent this shape separately on the board, you see this shape, this is a 4-sided figure. How many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4. These lines doesn't mean that all the 4 sides are equal. This just I'm representing, telling you that these are the 4 sides. So when you have a 4 sides, so 4 angles are made in between this shape, 2, 3, and 4. So when you add up these 4 angles, this would equals to 360 degree. Now student, see you have a 98 degree angle at the circle. Can you please tell me that what would be the angle at the circumference of the circle by using the properties given you in the start? There is a relationship between the center angle and the circumference angle. So this relationship is always double and half. Center angle हमेशा double होता है और जो circumference पे angle बनता है वो half होता है. So अगर ये मेरा बेटा 98 है तो यहाँ पे जो angle बनेगा वो क्या होगा? वो 98 का half होगा. What it would be? 49. So this angle is going to be 49. अब अगर आप इस शेप के अंदर जाओ तो आपको कितने एंगल्स का पता चल गया? ये वाला एंगल 49 है, ये वाला एंगल 21 है. अब बात इस एंगल की करने जा रही हूँ स्टूडेंट्स. कैन यू टेल मी दिस एंगल? ये एंगल क्या होगा? अगर आप देखें तो एक पूरा जो सर्कल होता है वो किसके इक्वल होता है? 360 डिग्री के इक्वल होता है. अगर ये वाली चीज 98 है, ये वाली, तो जो इसके ऊपर वाला हिस्सा है जिसको मैं शेड करने जा रही हूँ, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी 360 minus 98, and what it would be? 262. What it would be? 262. You can subtract it from 360 में से आप 98 को माइनस करो तो आपके पास बाकी बच जाता है 262. So this angle is 262. अब मैं इन चारों एंगल्स को सम करने जा रही हूँ बिकॉज आई टोल्ड यू कि इन चारों एंगल्स का सम इन 4 एंगल्स को जब मैं ऐड करूंगी तो ये किसके इक्वल होगा? 360. नाउ सी माय इक्वेशन व्हिच आई एम गोइंग टू मेक फॉर यू. 49 plus 21 plus 262 plus h, and this ends up to 360 degree, right? इन चारों एंगल्स को जब मैं सम करती हूँ तो ये 360 के इक्वल है. और मैंने फाइंड आउट क्या करना है? मैंने फाइंड आउट एज को करना है. मेरा 4th एंगल जो है वो मिसिंग है. सो ओवर हियर आई राइट अगेन एज इज गोइंग टू बी 360 माइनस, और इन तीनों एंगल्स को इधर मैं ऐड अप कर लूंगी और उसको उसके अंदर से माइनस करूंगी. आई विल डू दैट. 262, 21 and 49. 332. So this stands 360 minus 332. And what it would be? It would be 28. So my age is going to be, students, 28 degree. So this is a way that we find out the missing angle. We used a previous concept of quadrilateral angle sums up to 360 degree. And by doing that, we find out this angle H. I hope you will be a little more clearer about the circle questions. I'll do one more example for you students. And after that, I'll be coming in your question answer session. Get ready for your question answer sessions. This is going to be my last example. Example number 4. In example number 4, students, I have a diagram. Look, this is a circle. And I have a tangent, chord. And I'll projected it. This is a point, and this angle is going to be 35 degree. This point is known as Q. This point is known as B. This point is C, and this angle is going to be 24 degree, right? And this angle, I don't know. Right, this is my question. And I have to find out B, Q, and X. This is X and this is A. B, Q, X. This angle I have to find out. Angle B, Q, and X. ये वाला angle मेरा बेटा हमने find out करना. Now see the question and recall the properties which are already in front of you, that which one you can use over here. See, this angle is 24 degree, right? And this, I forget to mark one thing, that this is O, the center of your circle. The first property which I'm very much clear about it, that whenever I have a diameter, तो diameter की वजह से ये देखिए बेटा, ये diameter है. अगर मैं diameter को extend करके circumference पे लेके जाती हूँ, तो वो जो angle होता है वो हमेशा 90 degree angle होता है. This angle is always known as 90 degree. लेकिन मुझे ये पूरा एंगल नहीं बताना, मुझे इसकी पार्टीशन करके ये वाला एंगल बताना है. और कभी भी यहाँ पे ये मिस्टेक नहीं करनी कि ये इसको बाइसेक्ट कर रहा है, इसके दो इक्वल पार्ट्स कर रहा है. सॉरी, दिस इज गोइंग टू बी रॉन्ग कॉन्सेप्ट. द होल एंगल इज गोइंग टू बी 90, लेकिन इसकी पार्टीशन अभी मुझे नहीं पता. ठीक है, अब उसके बाद आप देखें कि क्या आप कोई और प्रॉपर्टी को यूज करते हुए किसी और एंगल का पता लगा सकते हैं. तो आई हैव वन थिंग इन माइंड, that this AQB, I will take this triangle A, Q and B. A पे कौन सा एंगल है 24, Q पे कौन सा एंगल है 90. तो क्या आप बता सकते हैं B पे कौन सा एंगल होगा? B वाला एंगल हम बता सकते हैं. B वाला एंगल होगा, आप इन दोनों को सम करो और 180 में से माइनस कर दो 90 को और 24. This is 90 minus 24, 66. This angle, my students, it's going to be 66. मैंने ट्रायंगल वाली प्रॉपर्टी अप्लाई की है 24, 90 और ये थर्ड वाला एंगल मैंने फाइंड आउट कर लिया 66. Now still I am not reaching on the point जो मुझे फाइंड आउट करना है. अब मैं यहाँ पे फर्दर देखूंगी कि क्या मैं कोई और प्रॉपर्टी यहाँ पे अप्लाई कर सकती हूँ. तो आप देखें मेरा बेटा, ये जो B और Q है ये एक कॉर्ड को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं. इस कॉर्ड की वजह से सर्कमफ्रेंस पे जो एंगल बन रहा है वो 24 है, और इसी कॉर्ड की वजह से इधर भी एक एंगल बन रहा है, तो इसका मतलब है ये वाला एंगल भी 24. दिस इज अगेन माय प्रॉपर्टी कि एक कॉर्ड की वजह से जितने भी एंगल सर्कमफ्रेंस पे बनते हैं वो सब एंगल इक्वल होते हैं. अब मेरा बेटा, अगर ये वाला एंगल 24 है और इधर से आपके पास दिस एंगल इज गोइंग टू बी 66, तो आपके पास इधर से ये वाला एंगल भी आ जाएगा. आप इसको 180 में से 66 को माइनस करें तो यू विल गेट दिस एंगल, राइट? सो यू राइट दैट, वेट अ मिनट. Yes, this is going to be 180 minus 66. तो मेरा बेटा ये आपके पास क्या आ जाएगा 114. अगर ये 114 है, ये 24 है, तो आपके पास ये वाला थर्ड वाला एंगल भी आ जाएगा, राइट? और सॉरी, इसकी फर्दर आपको जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज वी एड अप 1, 2 and 3, 24, 114 एंड द रिक्वायर्ड एंगल विच वी हैव. सो इन दोनों को एड अप करेंगे, 114 में 24 ऐड करेंगे plus Q. So Q is going to be 180 minus 138 and this is going to be 42. तो हमने ये वाला एंगल फाइंड आउट किया. ठीक है, so by doing this we will find out the angle, and I hope you are clear about the circuit properties question. I repeat the properties, repeat these properties in the start of my lesson. These are with you. I send you the picture of these properties to you. I am sending you the worksheet of 20 marks, and I hope you would able to solve all your questions. Thank you very much, students.